Hi, Emily, and thanks for the opportunity to be here today. I talk about this very important topic. I'm going to ask a question that I'm sure everyone watching at home today has asked themselves one time or another in the past year or two. How the heck did we get here? How the heck did overnight everything in society just become crazy? I mean, how do we get to the point where we have to pass laws to protect kindergartners from teachers who are talking about immoral and inappropriate subject matter? And those laws are controversial. How do we get here? How do we get here where we live in a society where we have to pass laws to protect children from parents and doctors who want to give them puberty blockers and mutilate them through gender reassignment surgery? How did we get here? And how do we get here to the point where laws don't even matter anymore? Where people have such anger and rage in their cold hearts that they don't obey the laws. And they'll sit there and wait until they're old enough to purchase a firearm and then go into a school and shoot it up. How did we get here? Well, a few years ago, I asked myself that same question, and I ended up writing a book that has a lot of the answers entitled Rebellion, the epic saga of marriage, Satan, and the battle for our souls. And in that book, I discuss how we got here. But ultimately what it comes down to is our society is rotten at the heart. And our society needs a heart transplant. Our society needs the Sacred Heart of Jesus. But one of the truths that I came across while researching the book was that, as the Catholic Church teaches, the family is the smallest cell of society. So that means that if society needs a heart transplant, if society is broken, that means the family is broken. The family needs a heart transplant. And if the family needs a heart transplant, the people who make up the family need a heart transplant. We need a heart transplant. Now, fortunately, we have the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and we have our devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. But is that enough? I mean, we can't pass a law to make people love Jesus. We can't pass a law to make people bring him into their lives, into their hearts, into their homes. If we could, that'd be great. You could fix society overnight. But we don't have that. We have run into a point where man's laws can't do any more because the heart of society is broken. And I know you're thinking, well, I've enthroned my heart, my home, my family to the Sacred Heart. Mike, what more can I do? Well, the enthronement is merely an invitation for Jesus to come in. And he will come to the door and knock. But he is meek and humble of heart, and he's not going to force himself in if the door is closed, if the door is shut, if the door is locked. And as I talk about in my book, Rebellion, there are 4 emotions of division that Satan uses to divide one cell of society from another cell, one heart from another, and ultimately our hearts from God. And one of those emotions I'll talk about briefly today is the emotion of fear. Now, we might do the enthronement, but still be afraid to truly let Jesus in. Because to truly let him in means we have to change. We have to get rid of the immoral things that we choose for entertainment, the TV shows and the movies and the music. We have to get rid of the immodest attire, the immodest behavior and speech. We have to change to let him in. And we're afraid that to let him in, we need to change. And we're afraid that if we let him in the way that we are, he's going to see the way our lives are and not like it very much. So that fear keeps that door shut and keeps Jesus out. But let's say that we have changed, and we have opened the door, and we have let him in. There's also another fear. And that's the fear of letting Jesus out, to share our love, to share our devotion to his Sacred Heart with our spouse, with our children, with our coworkers, with our neighbors, with our friends, with our parents, with our siblings, with strangers. We're afraid. And why are we afraid? Why are we afraid of this beautiful gift? Why do we keep it to ourselves? Because of what people will think of us, the things they might say, the reactions that we might get that are negative. We need to live as authentic Catholic Christians and preach the good news. And it is good news. It is great news. We need to share this devotion and this love for Jesus with the world. That's what we need to do. But a lot of times fear keeps that back. It keeps us back. It keeps us from changing our families. It keeps us from changing society. So, brothers and sisters in Christ, I ask you to prayerfully consider, what are you clinging to that keeps you afraid? What fear keeps Jesus out of your home? And what fear keeps him trapped inside your home? What fear do you need to get rid of so that you can change the hearts of the world around you? Prayerfully consider that, brothers and sisters, so we can go forth and reclaim society for Jesus. Because it is great news. It is a great devotion, and we need to share it with everybody. May God bless you. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever.